Hey guys, I wanted to get on here and talk about why we celebrate Halloween. I know Connor's watching Mickey in the background, so I hope you can hear me over it. But I know it's a big topic and it's a big controversy, you know, of why Christians would celebrate Halloween, but we do. So first off, let me say, I get both sides. I totally understand if you are someone who doesn't do Halloween. I'm not mad at you for that. I'm not mad at you for thinking it's wrong to do that. That's okay. But here's my side. Halloween's going to be celebrated regardless, okay? Even if I say I'm not doing it, I'm not going to change anything. It's still going to be, you know, and it's something fun for the kids, you know, like, we don't do, like, witches or scary stuff. I mean, we, personally, my family don't. Jeremy's always Batman. In the past, I've been Catwoman, and Connor's been Robin. And so this year, we changed it up a little, and Jeremy's still Batman, of course, but Connor and I he's Mickey and I'm Minnie, because I love doing a theme. It's just something fun we do as a family, and like I said, we've always been Catwoman and Batman and Robin, and so we've always done a family theme, but this year, me and Connor kind of broke out, and we're something different, because Jeremy's always going to be Batman, so we decided this year that we would break out and do something different, because we'd done the Robin for 2 years, since Connor's had 2 Halloweens with us. This will be his 3rd, and so we just decided we were going to break out and do something different. But I hope to always, until I feel like I don't want to dress up anymore, to always theme with Connor, because I just think it's something fun we can do together. And so anyway, and I'll be posting lots of cute photos of me and Connor, and of course with Jeremy too, but he is not like themed with us. But anyway, Halloween's always going to be celebrated. Like, we could stay home that night. We could not celebrate it. And if you do that, I totally respect that. That is, you know, you do you. That's awesome. But we do go to Maze. We live here in Sweetwater. Maze Avenue's the place to be. There's like probably over 3,000, but I know at least 3,000 people go. There's people everywhere. It's crazy. It's insane. And our pastor and his wife, their house is on Maze, so our church meets there, and we always do some big thing for the community there and give out candy and stuff, and that's what we do. It's always a really fun night. It's our biggest event as far as people coming by wise, and it's just something fun we do. And as far as our family, we don't do anything scary. We don't do any witches or stuff like that, and there's nothing wrong with that if you do. That's fine. I don't get into that, and I think that's why a lot of people don't like it, because it's a lot of things like that. But we do the fun, cutesy stuff. I mean, we're Mickey and Minnie this year, you know, and so it's something fun. It's cool memories. Everybody's always wondering, what are they going to be this year? What are y'all going to do this year? You know, what's your theme? Blah, blah. And it's just something fun, and not that we'll always theme. I hope Connor always want to theme with me, but and eventually maybe I won't even dress up anymore, but I love doing it. I think it's fun, and we always have cute pictures we take, and it's just a fun time we look forward to every year, much like people do Christmas and the other holidays. I totally get why people are against it. I get it. It can be used as like an evil thing, I guess, but I choose to look for the good in things, and so the good in that is just having a good time, getting candy. The last few years, Connor wouldn't even eat candy, so, like, the candy, I didn't really care if he got candy or not, because we were going to eat it if we got it, so I'm like, you don't even have to give him candy, you know, but he did last year go around to houses, and he would walk up, and of course he's nonverbal, so he doesn't talk, and I'm going to talk about that in a second, too, but, it's just fun. He, like, figured out after the first few houses what to do, and he would go up and hand up his little bucket or whatever, and it was just so cute, and he'd get the candy, and he'd clap, and he'd leave, and it was just it's a lot of fun to, like, see him catch on to it, you know, and so, this year, he's actually eaten some candy and stuff. He's not a big sucker fan. He'll, like, take a few licks of it or whatever, but then he'll like hand it back to you. But he's super excited when someone gives him a sucker. at like the doctor or somewhere, but he would much rather just have a sticker. A lot of times at doctors now, they give out stickers, and he does like to eat chocolate now. He actually had his first Reese's today, and he is a fan. He's in the room, obviously, as you can hear, and he is a big fan of Reese's, so I hope we get a lot of those this year. I'm sure he would like other candy bars too. A lot of it is just that he won't try it. We're not, a lot of times I think people think we're keeping him from having candy. We're totally not. We're fine if he does, but like, why, if he don't like it and he doesn't even know it's good, like, why teach him it's good? You know what I mean? But we're totally fine with him having candy. We get asked all the time if he can have candy, and I'm like, he won't eat it. And like, people look at me like I have 3 heads or whatever, and people look at me like I won't let him eat it. So it's not the case at all. We would totally let him eat candy. Another thing I do want to say too is we have been to some houses, which I totally get it, but we have been to some houses that seem to get a little miffed that he doesn't say trick or treat, and that he doesn't say thank you or whatever when they give him candy. And a lot of times he won't even pick his candy. He might do better this year, but in the past, some people like wanted him to get his own candy, and he would rather like it be handed to him. And so I totally get it. I know you want the kid to speak to you. I totally understand. And I've heard people say before the least they could do is at least say trick or treat, you know, even if they don't say thank you, but people would rather them say thank you as well. And so what I would like to say about that is, he is so wild. You see his feet? My gosh. But anyway, what I would like to say about that is, you can't judge a book by its cover. Obviously, people can look at Connor and they know he has Down syndrome. But, like, there are so many people in this world that have disabilities that, you know, you can't just look at them and know they're nonverbal or they're, you know. And so, let's have a little more compassion is what I would like to say. You know, don't get so upset if the kids aren't polite, or they don't say trick or treat, or I think we're getting a little too uptight about it. It's supposed to be all in fun. And so, anyway, that's a little rant I'm going to go on, because I have had people act like they get mad at him, and I've had to tell people before, well, he doesn't speak, you know, and then I feel like I shouldn't even have to do that. Like, shouldn't be a conversation I have. But anyway, so yeah, we do Halloween. We don't do anything spooky or scary or like that. And when I say we, I'm talking about us, me, Connor, Jeremy. I'm not saying that, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying that's what we do, and that's what we, like about Halloween, the cute, fun costumes, you know. And so, it's just something fun we look forward to as a family. We really do look forward to it every year. And as far as Mays Avenue is a fun time, but it's a hectic time, and as a parent, it's a scary time. It was a lot more fun. Hey, it was a lot more fun. Like, I'm gonna be honest, Halloween wasn't more fun before I had a kid. It's way more fun with a kid, getting to dress him up, and of course I theme up with him and all that stuff. It's way more fun with a kid. But Mays Avenue, I feel like, was more fun without a kid. And let me explain. There's 3,000 people there at least. There's probably more. I may have my numbers wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's a number. It's just wall-to-wall people. It gets dark very quick. There's people everywhere. Connor's to the age where he's much more independent. He doesn't want to be, I mean, there's times he wants to be held, don't get me wrong. But he doesn't want to have to hold your hand, and he doesn't want to, you know, and it's scary. You could lose your child so easily. And the thing is, if you lost your child, they're going to be lost for a while, because there's people everywhere. And like, if Connor got lost, he can't tell the person where he goes. We don't even live there, so you couldn't like ask around, hey, you know, is there a house on the street where a child lives with, you know, where this child lives? Is that blah, blah. We don't live there, so I mean, the answer's no. And so, last year, I know we left a little early. We didn't stay too late. And that was part of it. It gave me major anxiety. I have anxiety anyway. And it gave me super bad anxiety because he wasn't wanting to hold my hand. He was wanting to play around and venture off. And that's totally not okay on Mays, y'all. It really ain't. And, anyway, so we always go. We always have a fun time. But I will say, Mays is super stressful for me. It's an awesome thing. It's so cool. I suggest everyone come at least once to see what it's like, because it is insane. But yeah, it's hard on mamas. I'll give it that. But I do understand why people don't do Halloween. I understand why they're like, it's evil. It's because there is a lot of costumes that are scary, and Connor's afraid of them and stuff. But it's just fun, y'all. And it's going to be done anyway. It's like, for some people, it's their Christmas. Like, it's as big as Christmas to them. And I know I'm going to get backlash for saying that because Christmas is about Jesus. And that's not what I meant. I just mean they celebrate it as big as you would celebrate Christmas. I don't think that sounds any better. But anyway, that's what I mean by that. And, you know, I'm not really, I brought up Christmas, so I'm just going to go on a rant about that for a minute. I'm not really into the whole Santa thing, and I know people think we're crazy for that, but if Connor got on a Santa kick, I'm fine with it. Like, he sees Santa at school and stuff around Christmas, at their parties and stuff, and I'm fine with it. I'm totally not, like, trying to keep him away from Santa. Actually, his first year home, I marched him right out to the mall and put him in line to see Santa. And I vowed I would never do that again because he was afraid of Santa. I made him sit on Santa's lap. We made him take a pic. We got his picture or whatever. And he wasn't happy. He was scared of him. You can tell in the picture he's scared of him. And I'm like, why did I do that? Why do we go with the trends just because? If you don't believe in Halloween, if you think Halloween's evil, don't do it. You know, it's like, it's totally up to you. And just be the parent you feel like you're supposed to be. Just, your beliefs are important. Your beliefs are valued. But, like, don't get mad at others because they don't have your same beliefs. That's kind of where I am right now. And I see so much of the shaming and the my way's right and your way's wrong. And I just think you do you. You know, as long as you're not emotionally or mentally or physically harming your child, it's none of my business. That's really how I think about it. But anyway, we decided after that first mall experience, I had this big epiphany, and we decided we weren't going to make Santa a big deal. Connor does not get presents that say from Santa. His presents we buy say that they're from Mom and Dad. And if he's got, like, super into Santa later on, I'm fine with it. I'll give him gifts from Santa. It's okay. But we don't make Santa a big deal. We really want Christmas to be about Jesus. And before anyone gets upset with me, I'm not saying anything about anybody that makes Santa a big deal. Santa's one of them things that's fun. It's one of them things that's the kids really get into, and it's awesome. I love it. But it's okay that we don't do it, and we get a lot of backlash for that, I think, because I know last year I wrote a blog post about it, the reason we didn't do Santa this year, and I know some people got offended, and that's not my intent at all. It's just how we felt and what we do. And he does not like Santa, so I mean, it's not like we're keeping him from anything. And like I said, if he liked Santa, I'll wait in that line at the mall. You know, I'll let him run up there and get in his lap, but that is so totally not the case. So yeah, so that's what we do about Christmas. And I think mom shaming is totally real. Mom shaming is crazy, I think. It's not just mom shaming, it's all kinds, it's just shaming, period. Like I said earlier, people think their way's right, and if my way's right, your way's wrong. Like, there can't be any in between. And it's just, it saddens me because I feel like we need each other on this earth. We really do. Life is hard, and life is so super tough, and we all go through tough stuff, and a lot of times we cut off people, and we could have way more support, but we don't, because we get in these mindsets that we're right and others are wrong, and our way's right, and if my way's right, then your way has to be wrong, and that we think that someone who thinks differently it's just horrible, and we need to take a stand. And like I said, if you're not harming anybody, do you? You know, like I don't, I just don't get into shaming people. I don't think it's right. I think, you know, God made us all different, and if God made us all different, we're not going to raise our kids the same. We're not going to think the same. We're going to have totally different views, and that goes for political too. And I don't ever say anything political. I don't get into that. I don't get into the arguing and fighting on social media. I don't do it. I can count on one hand how many times I've said something like speaking my piece or whatever. I don't get into it. I don't do it. And the reason being is, I want to be one of those people that, I'm trying to think how to say this without sounding crazy, that gets along with everybody, that has friends with different views, has friends that with different backgrounds and different ideas. And if I'm always on there speaking my piece and saying this and that, he's like running back and forth. I'm going to cut off a lot of people who don't think my way. Because like I said, we think we can't intermingle. Oh golly, you know. And anyway, I think we cut off a lot of our support, a lot of our friendships because of that. And that's not the right mentality to have. It really isn't. And so anyway, this blog was supposed to be about Halloween, and I've jumped on all kinds of other rants. But I wanted to get on here and talk about that because I've heard so many people talk about how evil it is and stuff, and it can be. I totally get it. I totally understand. But I want to tell you that we, our family, are just doing fun, little cute stuff. It's not evil or worshiping. I know a lot of people that think it's worshiping the devil, and maybe some people do. Maybe it is to some people, but it's not to us. It's just a really fun night. It's a fun night to get together and hang out together and be together. That's how our church does it. And a lot of the churches do trunk or treat and stuff. And it's just their way to have a safe place where you know, because this world is crazy, where you know the candy is safe and your kids gonna just have a fun time. Nobody's gonna try to scare them or jump out or anything crazy like that. And so I like the trunk or treats as well. As a kid, I feel like when I was a kid, trunk or treat wasn't really a thing yet. I don't know of like anywhere that did it. My mom, I would go with my cousins, and my aunt and my mom would take us to like certain houses. We never just like went around places. And the world wasn't even as bad then as it is now. But we would go to like specific people from our church's house. And of course, like our grandparents and family members and stuff. You always took your kids there to see, so they could see them dressed up. And we went to certain people from our church. Certain people, you were going to their house. It was just what you did on Halloween. And that's some of my most fun memories. So I do miss stuff like that. And I do miss getting to take Connor around to certain families and stuff like that. But the reason I don't do that is because Maze shuts down the road. So like by the time I get off work and get home and get Connor dressed up, if I were to venture out, it would be really hard for me to get back and get a place to park and all that. And I like to have my car near, as close as I can, because we normally do leave early, because my anxiety normally does get crazy. And Connor gets sleepy, and Connor goes to bed super early. And so anyway, that's why I don't really go do any, to any other places. Like we hang out at Maze, because it's really all you have time for. And I know that sounds like an excuse, and it probably is, I guess. But I don't see how to make the other ways work and still have my vehicle. Because I know last year I had to walk a super long way to my car. Nobody's fault. It was just, it's how it is, because they shut down the road and all that. And like, my anxiety was already like super high because Connor didn't want to stay with me and all that. And it was pitch dark, and he kept wanting to be carried. And he ain't no little tiny baby. I mean, and, he's light, but he's long and lanky, and I'm super short in stature, so I mean, it's hard. And just even walking back to our car, I was like exhausted. Of course, last Halloween was when it was really hot too, so golly bum, we were burning up in our costumes and stuff. And then when I got to my car and I was trying to drive home, I had to turn around in the road, because of course I'm facing where the road's blocked or whatever. And so I had to turn around, and there's people just walking everywhere, because it's wall-to-wall people. It really is. It's pitch black. And even streets and streets over, there was just people walking everywhere. They would walk in front of your car in the road. And like, I live like not even like 3 minutes from where I was. And it took me like at least 15 to 30 minutes to get home. Like, it was crazy. And my anxiety was bad already. So Halloween is super different with a child if you go to Maze. It really is. But it's a fun time. It really is. And I think everyone should go once just to see how crazy it is. I really do. So anyway, yeah. So we do Halloween, but it's light, it's airy, it's fun. It's something we really look forward to. We really like to do it. And so, you do you and I'll do me. And I don't mean that mean. I mean, we can all be friends and we can all get along. And that's the thing about me. If you don't know me personally, I am a peacemaker. I am always trying to get along with everyone. And I like for others to get along too. I cannot stand fighting or drama. And if you like, even like these people that are defending their way. I want to be careful how I say it. They're like defending their point of view on social media, whether it be political or about guns or, you know, anything really controversial, vaccinations, anything. If they are have a difference in opinions, a lot of times it turns ugly pretty quick, because we have a hard time, we as in the world today, has a hard time with different opinion, like I've done already said, you know, has a hard time stating their different opinion without saying you're wrong. They can't just be like, hey, this is the way I think about it, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you think about it that way. Oh, okay. You know, like, it has to be a battle. And even stuff like that, like, I always think they're fighting. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're in a fight. And Jeremy's like, they're just talking. Like, what? And so, that's just part of my peacemaker mentality. I can't stand it. Like, in my mind, they're fighting, you know? And so, anyway, I just wanted to get on here and talk about that. I'll see if Connor comes talk to you. Connor, you want to talk? Look here. Come here. Come here and get on camera. You need to quit eating on that. So, Connor did this thing last year, and he hasn't done it. Like, I thought we were past it. I'm going to take the camera over there and show you in just a second. I thought we were past it, but, like, I guess it's because he hasn't worn long sleeves, but he, like, chews on his sleeve, and it's sopping wet, and his hand will be freezing cold, and it drives me crazy, and I'm like, oh, we're past it. And he's doing it again, and I'm realizing it isn't, like, we weren't past it. He was wearing short sleeve, you know. I'm going to show it to you, because it's bad right now. I keep getting on to him, but I hate to be a little meanie about it, you know. Look. See his sleeve? See how wet that is? You got to quit showing on that, Bubby. Your hand is froze. It's all sticky wet. You see how wet it is? You want to talk to him? What you watching? Boo. Get up and dance. Show them how you dance. Tell them bye. You want to tell them bye? Look at his legs. You're so funny, Connor. He's watching Puppy Dog Pals. That's our new thing we like. That and Vampirina. We really like Vampirina, don't we? Okay, if you're not going to talk to him, I'm getting off of here. Are you done talking to him? Say bye-bye. Bye, y'all. Thanks for watching.